All right, guys, welcome to Wrestlecade, a decade of mayhem. I'm the Fig Heel, and we're going to be doing an action figure panel this year. For those of you that don't know who I am, that's me. And there's a couple questions you might be asking, right? How long have you been collecting? Fact is, 30 plus years. My entire life, since I was a kid, these were my first toys, and I've never stopped loving them. Are you a wrestler? No, I am not, but I wish I was. What have you done? A little bit of everything involving wrestling figures. I'm an author, I'm an influencer, I'm a content creator. I've done liaison work. I've worked with the companies as far as promotion and marketing and such. I've done a little bit of everything, and a lot of it stems from fandom. Why should I care? Why not? Where can I find you? Everywhere at Fig Heel. Are you a virgin? No, I am not. And I am the author of the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist. It features a foreword by Matt Cardona. It features photography by the AEW Jazzwares photographer Matthew Goldberg. It features 500 plus pages to over 50 years of wrestling figure collecting, over 20,000 entries, over 2,500 images. Keep track of what you have, what you want, and what you need using this checklist. It's available now on Amazon. Head over there now or click the link below and pick one up today. Now, we are in the golden age of wrestling figures, and there's so many companies making wrestling figures right now, right? We've got Mattel making WWE figures, Jazzwares making AEW figures, Funko is making pops for WWE. We got Super 7, Micro Brawlers by Pro Wrestling Tees, Major Bendies, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. Boss Fight Studios is working for Mass Republic, making Legends of Lucha Libre figures. We've got Cella Toys making retros and elite style figures. We've got Diamond Select Toys doing stuff for AEW. Zombie Sailor Toys is doing retros. Figure Collections is now in the game with the bone-crunching wrestlers. We've got Power Town making ultimate style figures. Rush Collectibles, Junk Shop Dog, and the Asylum Wrestling Store. Now, we're going to talk about some upcoming releases, but first we're going to start with Mattel. Some new Mattel reveals that we've seen on WWE.com, and I just want to breeze over them really quickly. We got RK Bro, we've got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair and Big E and Bobby Lashley in the new 2-packs of Championship Showdown. We've got new top picks coming of Bobby Lashley, John Cena, and Ronda Rousey. The John Cena features that Super Mario Bros. 3 style shirt, which I think is pretty cool. We've got Elite Series 99, which features Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins, Queen Zelina, the Boogeyman, who is a Chase, Farmer Brock Lesnar, who is also a Chase, and Happy Corbin, who comes with a removable cloth goods shirt with a stain on it and an interchangeable Sad Corbin head, which I think is pretty cool. It's a 2-in-1 figure. They also have Ruthless Aggression Series 4, which is going to feature The Undertaker, Eric Bischoff's first ever figure in the Mattel line, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The funny thing about this Stone Cold is when it was a RA by Jax, it was labeled as the potential last ever Stone Cold Steve Austin figure, which is funny in retrospect. These will be Walmart exclusives. These will be Target exclusives. The Legend Series 18 features Hulk Hogan from Uncensored 1996. We've got the Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu, who will also be the Chases, each of them as their Samoan SWAT team style gear, and Paul E. Dangerously, which I think is a pretty awesome figure. Logan Paul is getting a figure, an Ultimate Edition that is exclusive to Mattel Creations. You can pre-order it now for $45 on MattelCreations.com. These are made to order, meaning they don't go into production until the pre-order ends. It's a 2-week pre-order. However many sell, that's how many get made, which is a pretty cool collector's item and almost always worth some good money down the line. And last but not least, another Walmart exclusive, Superstars Series 4 features Earthquake and Ravishing Rick Rude, as well as Macho Man Randy Savage and The Rock. But here are a couple carded samples that we see here of a 2-in-1 Earthquake. and the cloth goods robe on Rick Rude. Moving on, we're going to talk about the Asylum Wrestling Store's Asylum All-Stars. Now, these are like AWA Remco style figures. Here we see a sample of Road Warrior Hawk with the box. The box is really cool. I saw it in person today. On the back, I have no pictures of it, but on the back, it's like almost like an old school style poster. And it features the 2 tag teams that are in the set facing each other with the referee that's in the set right in the middle. And we're going to talk about who those characters are. First up is the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. And the detail on these shoulder pads is absolutely incredible. It looks awesome, so smooth and finely detailed. A lot of hard work went into these, and they look excellent. I can't praise these enough, and the price point is on point. It is $24.99 per figure, and they have bundles available. Head over to theasylumwrestlingstore.com to pre-order your set today, and tell them the Fig Heel sent you. Also, Earl Hebner is getting 2 figures. There is the blue shirt and the striped shirt variant, which is pretty cool that we're being offered both, and I think it looks pretty great. Also, the skin tone is going to be different on the final version. Okay, this is very, very like orangey, and I was speaking with Rocky today that they are going to update the skin tone. Scott Norton is getting his first figure, which is pretty cool, with the vest. The shades are part of the sculpt, but I saw the sculpt today, and it looks incredible, absolutely incredible. And last but not least is Buff Bagwell. So that's the other tag team, which is pretty cool. So he comes with a removable top hat and soft goods robe, as well as deco on the tights that is not shown here. And yes, those glasses are also just part of the sculpt. Next up, Boss Fight Studio, making Masked Republic Legends of Lucha Libre figures. And here is their Fanatico Series 2, which is going to feature Paraguayo. We got Ultimo Dragon, Black Taurus, and Vampiro. The Vampiro is my favorite. And there's also going to be another Vampiro in their premium selection, which is going to have almost like a Dark Carnival-esque interchangeable head. But this whole set right here is almost a must-have for me. Every single figure is so different, so unique, and so finely detailed. Very, very excited about this set. Junk Shop Dog, a friend of ours. Junk Shop Dog is producing something called Safubi Pro Wrestling, and he has a couple series out already that feature Bruiser Brody, the Road Warriors, Terry Funk, Onita, Davey Boy Smith. These are all available now on his website, junkshopdog.com. There's also Bull Nakano and Dynamite Kid, Giant Baba. It's a pretty extensive line as of right now, and a little backstory, the original first ever wrestling action figures were something called Poppies in Japan. They were Safubi figures, hence the name of this line, Safubi Pro Wrestling. Safubi is soft vinyl, and they're very, very lightweight, but very, very cool. The originals are very, very expensive, which is why it's cool to have these as a presentation in your collection, because it's a history lesson to have some Safubi Popey style figures, and Junk Shop Dog is carrying on that legacy of the original Popies, and he's got some upcoming ones as well. First up, we got Terry Funk here with the goatee, taped hands, a little bit longer hair. Very, very cool, more modernized Terry Funk. Great Sasuke. Asia Kong, which I think is a beautiful looking figure. I love the colors on it, absolutely pops. The face paint's incredible. We're also getting Tiger Mask, and Tiger Mask is going to have a cape, which I think is such a unique accessory as far as like a Popey goes. We've got Jonah, the former Bronson Reed, and he's got like a claw hand and a screaming head scan, as well as all of his tattoos. Great detail on the tattoos and on the singlet. And we got an exclusive first look here of the Destroyer, Dick Beyer, and you will notice on the mouth the detail that went into his teeth, the detail that went into his body mold. I think they really nailed it. If you don't know who the Destroyer is, I think you should definitely look it up. Very, very unique look as far as a wrestler goes, and I think it's going to make for a great action figure. So this is the first time showing this. This is a Destroyer Safubi Pro Wrestling figure from Series 3 of Junk Shop Dog. Next up, we have Rush Collectibles. Rush Collectibles is new on the independent toy making market, And here are some early prototypes of Series 1 of their retros. This is Larry Zbyszko and the French Angel. I was actually just talking with Chris Hero today about the French Angel figure, how the head looks a little bit off, and he was explaining to me that he spoke with Rush, and they explained that because of how an action figure has to be made, they had to scale the head down a little bit, as opposed to making it as big as Maurice's head really was, and how oblong and odd shaped it was. So that's why it looks a little bit different. But if you really think about it, it's tough to get on an action figure the head to hang down a little as low as it's supposed to. But I do think these look excellent, especially Larry Zbyszko, such a cool figure. I pre-ordered all of them, but coming soon, we have James Storm and Chris Harris, which I think is so cool. Here's a digital sculpt of James Storm and a concept drawing of Chris Harris, but these are coming soon. And Jonah is up for pre-order now. There's multiple variations. The main figure is like the purple and the flames with the skull in front. We got the UK exclusive, the US exclusive, and Rush exclusive. I mean, Jonah's really getting the retro treatment here from Rush. And they are also producing an Extreme Ringmasters line, which features ECW style figures, original San Francisco toy makers from the late 90s, early 2000s, one of my favorite lines, and they have signed quite a few different guys, and they are working on sampling about 14 different ECW stars at once to be able to make these figures come to life. Sampling meaning that they're going to get them like prototype samples. And first up, they've got Bill Alfonso with whistle accessory and details on his hat and his jumpsuit. C.W. Anderson, Simon Diamond, somebody who I think was gypped in the original OSFTM line for ECW. Mikey Whipwreck, another one who really deserved a figure. Sign Guy Dudley, which is fun, something I never thought we would see a figure of. And Joel Gertner. I think this is going to be a hot seller as far as this line is concerned. He comes with a microphone accessory, whereas Sign Guy comes with a sign, which I think is pretty obvious. Blue Meanie is getting an ECW style Ringmaster figure, which I think is super exciting. Love the Blue Meanie, and I think that he really deserved an ECW style figure. And Sabu, there was an unreleased Sabu in the original line that featured the head wrap and an alternate head, and we are finally getting that. Rush is going to make that come true, and I got to say this is one that I'm super excited about because I remember seeing pictures of that figure in toy magazines as a kid, and now we're finally getting it. And we also have Brian Myers from the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, which I think is pretty exciting. It's got his tattoos and great detail in the head and the gear. And now an exclusive first look at the digital sculpt of the Blue Meanie. And there it is. He's got the blue in his hair, the drawn-on glasses, the Blue Meanie on the shirt. The shirt is a belly shirt, the Daisy Dukes. I mean, I think this looks even better than the drawing, and I'm absolutely excited. This sold me on this line. Super excited to see this. You saw it here first, too. The exclusive first look of the Extreme Ringmasters Blue Meanie. But we're not done, because we've got another one exclusive first look, and that is the carding. And here you see a Blue Meanie carded on the Ringmasters card, and I think it looks great. I love the idea of a short card. I love the placard in the front with his face. It has his name, and they tried to stay as true to the original ECW card backings as they possibly could, and I think they did a great job. It looks like it's going to be on a bubble, and as you can see, there's the digital sculpt not spinning around. But pretty cool. I'm absolutely stoked to add more to my ECW shelf. Next up, a newcomer to the figure world is our friend Hassel Toys. He started a line called Grapplers and Gimmicks. It is a retro style line, and he is working with Rush Collectibles to make these happen. So far, we just have drawings and one 3D model, which I will show you. First up, we have Savio Vega, who is going to have two versions, as you can see here, one with the striped white shirt. Pretty cool. It looks like he's going to be doing like the Sergeant Slaughter pose. They got Carlito. And here is the Godfather. This is the 3D model, which I think looks great. He's in the classic clothesline pose. He's got a hole in his hand to put the pimp cane. He's got a stogie, his braids, his hat, his glasses, everything you could possibly want from your Godfather figure, right? And he's looking like a big old thing of bubblegum in that pink 3D model, but it's pretty cool if you ask me. And here's a first look. There is going to be an alternate attire Godfather, or Smoke Train Charles Wright as they call him, in different colors. So they're going to be offering two of each figure, which I think is pretty cool. And also, the reason I'm showing this is because they're also going to be offering blueprints. These are blueprints of the figure drawing signed by the wrestler themselves. So they will be selling the blueprints of these signed by the wrestler, which I think is pretty cool. Major Bendies, my friends over at the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, have been putting out some awesome bendy style figures. I'm a huge fan of it. And so far they've done two series and a My World set for Jeff Jarrett. And series 3 is coming soon, featuring Colt Cabana, Effie, Gangrel, and Chelsea Green. Gangrel is going to have a variant with blood spatter on it, which I think is pretty awesome. It's like a chase variant. And those should be coming very, very soon. Great detail on Effie. Chelsea will be the first woman in the line, which I think is really cool. And we got Colt Cabana over there. They're also going to be doing Series 4, which is going to have Joey Janela, the bad boy. It's going to have the Good Brothers, who are now back in WWE, Carl Anderson and Big LG. And the British Bulldog in his Heart Foundation vest. This is huge. You know, Bulldog got an original WWF Bend-Em, but to have a Heart Foundation Bulldog vest, this is huge to me and very, very exciting. And it is officially licensed. Cella Toys. Now, Cella Toys came onto the game producing retro-style figures, retros of Nick Aldis, and then, you know, really expanded out. Promised a lot of things, and some came, some we're still waiting for. The company is in the process of being bought by Wrestling Trader, who is trying to right all of the wrongs. So if you've pre-ordered anything of Cella Toys, stay tuned. Wrestling Trader is going to make this all come to fruition. Don't you worry. And they are now going to be working on Impact Wrestling figures for the Asylum Wrestling store and shop, the Impact shop. And that's going to feature a great lineup, which is we got Deonna Purrazzo, Eddie Edwards, Moose, and Jordan Grace. And here are some of the early samples of them. As you can see, they got 2 points of articulation in the ab area and pretty much all the articulation you could ask for in a typical elite style, unrivaled, ultimate style figure. Very, very excited for these. I think these look excellent at this early point in the game, and they're only going to get better from here. So stay tuned for more on the Impact line. They're also producing Killer Bees retros of B. Brian Blair and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, and they're going to have interchangeable masked Bumblebee heads, which is pretty cool. And they're in that classic, like, Rick the Model Martel, Shawn Michaels, Conceited Crunch style molding. We're also getting entrance gear, demolition of Axe and Smash. This is something I always wanted as a kid, and even though they have original Hasbros, I need these. Eddie Guerrero is getting a retro. Officially licensed, as is the fact that we're getting the Andre the Giant from them. So, you know, I know a lot of people question how can they do this. Certain wrestlers it's able to, they're their own brand and such like that. And it all depends on the deal that they have and how the estate handles everything. And we have an exclusive first look now from Wrestling Trader. It is a DDP concept figure design, retro figure. He is going to have a removable vest that has the blue diamond hands on the back. He's got all of his tattoos. He's in that Jake the Snake style pose. And if you look closely, you'll notice that in the right-hand corner, he has different hands. He's going to come with interchangeable arms. We've gotten interchangeable hands before, but interchangeable arms is something new, especially for a retro. It's pretty exciting. So he's going to have the standard ones for you to do the cutter with, and then you can switch them out to make the diamond. I think this is absolutely freaking huge to have a new DDP figure as a retro with interchangeable arms. Super excited about this, and the detail is absolutely there. Another exclusive first look. We are getting another Dynamite Kid Tom Billington figure, but this is from his tenure with the British Bulldogs. As you can see, it's got the baby blue, which is my favorite of their gear, with the red, white, and blue boots and the socks coming out the top. And he's in that like Mr. Perfect style pose. But you'll notice in the bottom in the bottom right, there's somebody else. That's because we are also getting the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith with the short hair from his tenure with the British Bulldogs. And we've already gotten Matilda with the Dynamite Kid. So, I mean, super, super cool. Or should I say Winston? Sorry, Winston. Very, very cool to have these. And breaking news, this is going to be a 2-pack. So Wrestling Trader is bringing back tag team 2-packs, and I believe the Killer Bees are going to be a 2-pack. I believe Demolition is going to be a 2-pack, and I know for a fact the British Bulldogs will be on a 2-pack card, which I absolutely love and I'm excited about. We also got a first look at the Warlord, a new sculpt, all right, to show off just how badass these guys were. Look at the boot detail, how jacked he is. I mean, he looks ready to just demolish somebody. And the head looks awesome. The hair. This is a digital sculpt for an upcoming Warlord. You know, we got him in the original line, but now this is a Powers of Pain one, so we can only assume that somebody else is coming along the way as well. We got another exclusive first look here. The much anticipated Greg the Hammer Valentine. Rhythm and blues style Greg. As you can see, he's got on the back of his trunks Only the Lonely, GV on his boots. Great detail in the back of the jacket, the black hair, the music notes, the eagle. Absolutely beautiful, phenomenal. And you're probably wondering, how come we're only seeing the back? I want to see the front. Well, I'm going to show you the front because we got another exclusive first look. It is Greg the Hammer Valentine on a card. This is what the new carding is going to look like. Wrestling Trader wanted to bring back the blue style carding of old, the original Hasbro's. And you'll notice that it has a butterfly hook on the carding, which I think is so cool. It's such a nice ode to the butterfly hooks that were, I believe, pretty much on UK style Hasbro's. That makes sense because it's a UK based company. As you can see, he comes with a guitar, even more detail on the front. He's got his glasses. We are getting Greg the Hammer Valentine from Mattel, but this is a completely different recreation of Rhythm and Blues Greg Valentine. So initially, I wasn't sure how this was going to pan out, but I think this figure is absolutely incredible. And he's in that style of Honky Tonk Man, so he would match the original Hasbro very, very well. And we have another exclusive first look. It is the carding for Andre the Giant. Again, it's going to be all blue now to pay homage to the original Hasbro's, but you'll also notice that his hand is covering the Wrestling Megastars logo. And they did that intentionally to show just how massive this man was, to show how massive his hand is. And I think that's actually very, very unique. It's not often that companies are comfortable with covering up their logo or their brand, or sacrificing that, I should say, to be able to put over what the actual product is. And they did exactly that for Andre the Giant. And I think this carding is going to be so badass. I'm so glad that they updated everything and kind of scaled it back to paying homage to the original Hasbro line. So thank you, Wrestling Traders, for that. And Cella Toys Wrestling Trader is also going to be producing the figure collection Bone Crushing Wrestlers. And here we have 2 carded prototypes of the Blue Meanie and Brian Clark, aka Adam Bomb. And they're staying true to the original Series 1, Series 2 carding, but using their own color scheme and logos and such like that, with the front placards that have their names. And I just think it all looks really cool. But we're also getting the Ultimo Dragon and Sonny Ono, which is pretty cool. This is going to be a 2-pack, almost like the original BCA Managers Series 1. So, and Sonny Ono is in that style that Clarence Mason was in, which I think is pretty cool, with the pointer finger and the open hand. And we got Ultimo Dragon over here with the shoulder pads and the wrist gauntlets and the great detail on the mask. Super excited for this. The only figures in Series 1 that are going to have the bone crunching action are going to be Blue Meanie and Adam Bomb. But we are getting variants of these two. We are getting a yellow suit Sonny Ono and pink Ultimo Dragon. So there's going to be 2 versions of these 2 guys. And this one's almost like a chase variant, so it's a little bit more limited. We are getting Dwayne Gill, aka Gilbert, and look at the detail on that tattoo, just like he would do when he did his Gilbert deal. He's got his tongue out. Man, this figure looks absolutely awesome. The hands almost pay homage to, well, not almost, they do. They pay homage to the Marvelous Mark Miro figure, which I think is awesome. And we are getting a Macho Man Randy Savage bone crushing wrestler, and it is coming soon. And we'll keep you up to date on that as far as prototypes and samples and such go as they come. There is also going to be a new referee in the bone crunching saga for bone crushing wrestlers, and that is Mike Chioda, which I think is pretty cool. And it looks like both of his hands are going to be able to do the old mat clap to get the 1, 2, 3. And he's got the short hair, great likeness on Mike. So pretty cool. I'm assuming that's probably going to be Series 2, maybe Series 3 for Mike. Now, Power Town, where wrestling lives on. We've been working with Power Town a lot, and they have released and done pre-order for Series 1 of their Ultra figures, which is Bruiser Brody, Stan Hansen, Vern Gagne, Luthez, Magnum TA, and Kerry Von Erich. And these are actually now back up for pre-order for 12 days only. No bundle code, so you can't use the Fig Heel code anymore, so you can't get a discount. You got to pay full price now if you want them. Each figure is going to come with a belt, but you can go to powertownwrestling.com to order yours today. And we have a few new prototypes that we can show off. Here is the test shot prototype of Stan Hansen. He comes with, the chaps, the vest, the hat, the lariat, and this absolutely looks incredible. Very, very cool, man. So cool. We've got Vern Gagne, and we got Bruiser Brody here. He's got an interchangeable hand. He's got his vest, his knee pad. He's got the chains. I mean, this is just incredible. Bruiser Brody's only gotten a few figures. All of them have been great, but this is the best Bruiser Brody to date. And I'm excited to see what else Power Town does. And one of the things Power Town is doing is Remco style figures, and they are using the Remco brand because the owner of the Power Town company, Relativity Worldwide, is Steve Rosenthal, who worked for Remco. He was in charge of the AWA wrestlers, and they're going to be doing 2-packs, as you can see. And they're going to come with a sticker to pay homage to the original 2-packs. And I can't wait for you guys to hear who is signed to this line. It's going to be really cool. If you're an AWA Remco fan, trust me, you're back in the game now, because these are going to be awesome. And you're going to want to have a mint-on card set and a loose set. Trust me. And I love the art on this. I just think it's phenomenal. So head over to powertownwrestling.com right now and pre-order your set of Power Town Ultras. And last but not least, we have a company called Proving Ground, who they are an independent wrestling company, and they produce figures for their wrestling company and a few other independent wrestlers, and they do a very, very good job. And I am proud to announce that they're going to be releasing the first ever Fig Heel action figure, and there's going to be two versions. This is the standard edition, and there's going to be a chase edition with an alternate logo on the chest, which we will reveal at a later date. But not only that, and here it is, baby. This is the hand-painted prototype from Proving Ground. Just got this in of the upcoming Fig Heel figure. It's a retro style figure. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's a bucket list item of mine, and I'm super excited to offer it to you guys. It's going to be very, very limited, and there is going to be an even extremely more limited variant that's going to feature an alternate shirt logo, but there it is. Arm articulation, waist articulation, head articulation. I had to dream up, how would I dress as a wrestler? So we got the kick pads on. I would definitely wear kick pads, knee pads. I'm a shorts guy for sure, as you guys know. I don't think I'd wear a tank top when I'm wrestling, but we had to get the Fig Heel logo in there, right? I'd probably show off the physique. But I think this is incredible. We got a digital sculpt of my head done for this, and I think it looks really great. They nailed my crappy hairline that I have, my beard, if that's what you want to call it. And there it is. First look, Fig Heel retro style figure, and these are going to be available soon, end of 2022, early 2023, and not sure where we're going to sell them yet, possibly a Whatnot exclusive. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. And also the hands are open, so you can put whatever you want in there. Just keep it PG. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say how excited I am about this. And I love the detail on the eyes, just like the old Hasbros. They did just the line above and then the circle with the whites. I'm so honored to have this figure in my hand. So that's it. That is my favorite reveal of the day, the big Proving Ground Fig Heel retro style figure. So thank you guys for tuning in to my figure panel here at Wrestlecade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thank you to the Nerd Bombers in Greensboro, North Carolina for sponsoring me out here, and everybody who came out to the booth, everybody who bought something or asked for a signature. It means the world to me. And yeah, comment below, let me know your favorite reveal, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Fig Heel. Pick up the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist. Go to prowrestlingtees.com/fightheel. Go to www.whatheel.com. Join, and if you join at that website, you will get $15 towards your first purchase. And you can save that $15 for when this figure comes out. Okay? Because it's expensive to make figures, man. So, yeah, thank you very much for coming out, guys. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And those of you that came to Wrestlecade, I hope you got all the signatures and met all the people you wanted to and had such a wonderful time, just as I did. And this was the highlight of my weekend. So, see you guys soon. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE, Mattel, AEW, Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, a 500-plus page guide to over 50 years of wrestling figure collecting, featuring over 2,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands in wrestling history. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, as well as mint on card and loose value. With a foreword by professional wrestler Matt Cardona and shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist is a must-have for collectors. Premium full-color and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Fig Heel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on prowrestlingtees.com/fightheel. Check out my official sponsor, Whatnot, by clicking the link in the description to join and save $10 on your first purchase.